Anupama,
Yes, sir.
start cheyandi.
Okay.
Anand.
This meeting is being recorded.
Lalita?
Yes, ma'am. Starting, ma'am. Good afternoon and a warm welcome to all the luminaries. I'm really privileged to have the pleasant task of welcoming the distinguished guests to the valedictory section of NAC-sponsored two-day national seminar on promoting quality research and innovation in higher educational institutions, organized by the IQAC of RBVRR Women's College. On behalf of the college and on my own behalf, I warmly and respectfully welcome the chief guest, Professor G. Gopal Reddy Garu, Pro Vice Chancellor, Mahatma Gandhi Central University, Bihar. Sir, we are highly honored and grateful to you for graciously accepting our invitation to be the chief guest for today's valedictory session. We are eagerly looking forward for your advices, sir. Let me also take this opportunity to welcome Dr. Rama Kondapalli, Advisor, Higher Educational Councils and Central Universities, for consenting to be the guest of honor for today's session. Looking forward for your words too, ma'am. I also take this opportunity to welcome Professor Mutyam Reddy Garu, Honorary Secretary, Hyderabad Mahila Vidya Sangam, Professor Sudarshan Reddy Garu, Secretary cum Correspondent, RBVRR Women's College, and also the presiding officer for the session, our Principal, Dr. Achita ma'am, Vice Principal, Dr. Kavita ma'am, Convener of the program, Dr. Anupama. I cordially welcome delegates, principals, associate and assistant professors, research scholars across the country, faculty members of our college who have joined us today to participate in this program. Now, I request Professor Sudarshan Reddy Garu to take over the session. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Lalita Praveena. I firstly take this opportunity to thank the chief guest of this afternoon, Professor G. Gopal Reddy Garu, who is currently Pro Vice Chancellor, Central University of Bihar, former member of UGC, and who has been a friend and colleague, very kind-hearted and a great gentleman. It's been almost 40 years since we are friends, and I feel honored to welcome him today for this NAC-sponsored two-day seminars valedictory program. In fact, it's really difficult to catch hold of him because he has been active in various organizations of higher education. In fact, contributing to its growth and development in various ways. And I once again welcome him on behalf of the RBVRR Women's College. I also welcome Dr. Rama Kondapalli Garu as guest of honor, and she is the one we are very fortunate to have her in Hyderabad because she has tremendous experience in the areas of educational technology, educational planning, and NAC evaluation. For several years, she was with NAC Bangalore. And after retirement, she is staying in Hyderabad. We are very fortunate. And she is currently associated with a couple of central universities and also some of the engineering colleges. I welcome Rama Kondapalli Garu on behalf of RBVRR Women's College for accepting our invitation to be with us this afternoon. So, and then this conference sponsored by NAC had drawn more than 500 registrations from across the country, something like Kanyakumari to Kashmir. And there was overwhelming response. And 100 we have received 100 abstracts, and then finally 63 papers have been presented in the last 2 days. And there were about 6 invited lectures by speakers from different organizations on different themes yesterday and today. So for which we are thankful to National Assessment and Accreditation Council, Bangalore, for sanctioning this program to us, and also for sanctioning an amount of 35,000 to organize this 2 days program, and which we are going to successfully complete in an hour or so, as we are now in the concluding part of the 2-day seminar. So I am very happy to share some of these small details with you all. And now I invite our principal, Dr. J. Achyuta Devi, to speak.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. Respected Chief Guest of the Valedictory function, Professor G. Gopal Reddy Garu, Pro Vice Chancellor, Mahatma Gandhi Central University, Bihar. Guest of honor of today, Dr. Rama Kondapalli, Advisor, Higher Educational Councils and Central Universities, Professor Joseph Dorai Raju Garu, Professor of English, School of English and Foreign Languages, Gandhigram Rural University, Professor Katta Mutyam Reddy Garu, Secretary, Hyderabad Mahila Vidya Sangam, which is our parent organization, Professor G. Sudarshan Reddy Garu, Secretary cum correspondent of our college, and all the participants. I welcome all of you for today's valedictory function. Over the last 2 days, we have had deep insights into different topics related to NAC accreditation, research, innovation, etc. Promoting quality research and innovation in higher educational institutions was a 2-day national seminar organized by IQAC, Rajabahadur Venkatrama Reddy Women's College. I sincerely thank NAC for sponsoring this seminar. I also congratulate Dr. Anupama and her team for successfully organizing this program. Professor R. Limbadri, Chairman, Telangana Council of Higher Education, was the chief guest. Dr. M.S. Shyam Sundar, Advisor, NAC Southern Region, was the guest of honor and keynote speaker in the inaugural session. The first session was delivered by Mr. Pahade Piyush Manohar, Coordinator, IQAC and Head Department of Zoology, HV Desai College, Pune. He enlightened the audience about revised NAC assessment and accreditation methodology. The second session was delivered by Professor Veena Soraganvi, Dean, Research and Development, Basaveshwar Engineering College, Bagalkot. She gave a detailed lecture on research methodology process. The third session was delivered by Sri Manoj Kumar, founder and director, Badharwala Technologies Private Limited, Hyderabad, who emphasized on the contribution of research and innovation in the development of society. Paper presentations were held after the third session. First session on second day was taken by Sri Ravi Pandey, Research Establishment Officer, IIT Kanpur. He discussed on the innovative ways of linking research with teaching. Next session was on research ethics by Professor Joseph Dorai Raj, Professor of English, School of English and Foreign Languages, Gandhigram Rural Institute. The last session was by Professor Suresh Jagam Shetty, Head Department of EEE, Basaveshwar Engineering College. He discussed on the importance of inculcating research culture through curriculum design. I hope this webinar given lot of inputs to the participants. Thank you one and all.
Hello.
Sir,
Okay, Amma. I now request Dr. B. Anupama to present a brief report on the seminar.
A very good afternoon, one and all. I thank all the participants for making this today NAC-sponsored online national seminar on promoting quality research and innovation in higher educational institutions a grand success. On March 4th, day 1, program began with welcoming guests by program convener and coordinator IKC, followed by traditional lighting of the lamp and prayer song. The program was presided by Professor G. Sudarshan Reddy, Secretary cum Correspondent, and Dr. J. Achita Devi, Principal, addressed the gathering. The guest of honor and keynote speaker, Dr. M.S. Shamsundar, Advisor, NAC, Southern Region, has delivered a keynote lecture on innovation and research culture. Sir has elaborated on 2 dimensions. One is digital transformation and green renewable energy. Sir has discussed how digital transformation prevailed due to COVID-19 and brings a positive changes in education and make it easier to implement NEP. Sir has elaborated about 2nd dimension, green renewable energy, that how higher education institutions, including teaching, non-teaching, and even students who can afford, may contribute to produce solar energy by purchasing solar panels, which will create great impact on development of the country. Chief guest, Professor R. Limbadri, Chairman, Telangana State Council of Higher Education, has released the proceedings of the seminar and discussed about quality research and innovation. The technical sessions on various themes began with the eminent speakers. The first session was conducted on NAC A&A methodology as per the NAC instruction. Speaker Pahade Piyush Manohar, Coordinator IQAC and Head Department of Zoology, H.V. Desai College, Pune. Sir has highlighted the changes in SSR preparation, such as decreased time in preparation, fragmented authority, NAC SSR framework, 7 criteria, key indicators and metrics. Second technical session was on research methodology and goals of research. Professor Veena Sorganavi, Dean, Basaveshwara Engineering College, Bagalkot, ma'am enlightened on meaning of research, its significance, goals, types, and role of research in science and technology. Third session was on contribution of research and innovation in the development of society and nation. Speaker Sri Manoj Kumar Badagarwala, founder and director, Badagarwala Technologies Private Limited, Hyderabad. Sir elaborated on impact of research and innovation in day-to-day life, changing technologies, different areas like agriculture, irrigation, health and well-being, education, environmental studies, and waste management. The second day technical sessions started at 10 a.m. today morning. Session 4, innovation in ways of linking research with the teaching, given by Sri Ravi Pandey, Research Establishment Officer, a Startup Incubation and Innovation Center from IIT Kanpur. Sir has discussed about concepts linking innovation research with teaching, such as entrepreneurship, government initiatives for entrepreneurship, illustrations of innovation promotion in an organization. And the session 5 is on research ethics. Professor Joseph Dorairaj, Professor of English, School of English and Foreign Languages, Gandhigram Rural Institute, Gandhigram, Tamil Nadu. Sir has elaborated on schemes of research, characteristics of good research work, what is ethics, academic ethics, research ethics, academic integrity, etc. Sir has highlighted the 25 crucial issues in research practices, such as outsourcing the researcher's work, reusing the available materials, plagiarism, falsifying and tampering data, copyrights, intellectual property rights, salami slicing, etc. And the session 6, last session, was on inculcating research culture through curriculum design by Professor Suresh Jangam Shetty, Head Department of EEE, Basaveshwara Engineering College, Bagalkot. Sir has discussed research activities, stages of research process. Sir has explained about 3 attributes of quality research: research infrastructure, research idea, and research scholar. Sir has distinguished about research culture versus quality research and outcomes of research, etc. Now, I thank chairpersons, Professor Renuka Sagar, Director and Head, Department of Business Management, Dr. P. Vijaya, Assistant Professor, Department of Business Management, Dr. R. Bindu, Associate Professor, Department of Business Management, Dr. C. Kavita, Vice Principal and Academic Coordinator, Dr. V. Jeevan Jyoti, Head and Associate Professor, Department of Chemistry, Dr. A.C.H. Pradyuta, Head Department of Microbiology, and Dr. P. Shakuntala, Head Department of Physics, for their cooperation in conducting paper presentation sessions successfully. I also thank very much to my IQAC team, Mrs. Salma Begum, Ms. T. Srilata, Dr. A. Lalita Pravina, D. Harita, Dr. B. A. Chaitanya, Ms. Sai Ambika, and Ms. V. Rachana, who helped in smooth conduct of this today national seminar. In our college, we are promoting research by providing financial assistance to minor research projects, PhD registration fee, and fee for patent filing, etc. I'm proudly announce our faculty, 6 of our faculty members have received patents, and students have received Science Academy fellowships, and our Institute Innovation Council actively conducting programs related to innovation, and 2 ideas recently selected in Final Hackathon 2021. Thank you everyone for giving me this opportunity.
I call upon Professor K. Mutemreddy Garu to speak. Hello, Mutemreddy Garu. Now I request Ms. Salma Begum to introduce our guest of honor, Dr. Rama Kondapalli Garu, to our audience.
Thank you, sir. Good evening to one and all. I, Ms. Salma Begum, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science and member IQAC, RBVRR Women's College. It's my great privilege to introduce our guest of honor for the valedictory function, Dr. Rama Kondapalli, Advisor, Higher Education Council of States and Central Universities. Ma'am holds a PhD in Ecology and Environment and a Master's in Life Sciences from Vishwabharati University, Shantiniketan, India, and also holds a Bachelor of Education and pursued a Diploma in Intellectual Property Rights Law from the National Law School of India University. Ma'am has more than 20 years of experience in educational administration, policy planning and management, quality assurance and research. Ma'am has published several articles, papers, reports, co-authored and edited a number of books on quality assurance, including conceptualizing and developing quality assurance toolkits for teacher education and distance higher education programs and institutions for the Commonwealth of Learning. ADP.dr.Rama has served various apex agencies in India dealing with education, including the Ministry of Human Resource Development, Government of India, All India Council for Technical Education, National Council for Teacher Education in different capacities. Ma'am has extensively contributed to the development of the assessment and accreditation tools and guidelines, apart from contributing to the assessment and accreditation of higher education institution at National Assessment and Accreditation Council. Ma'am has also worked with the UNESCO UNRWA as Education Quality Assurance Officer. In the capacity of consultant, ma'am has been involved with Commonwealth of Learning, UNESCO, ADB, and various agencies and ministries dealing with higher education in Asia and Africa for developing quality assurance frameworks and structures, capacity building, training, conducting quality audits, evaluations, restructuring, and reforming the education systems. In recognition of her contribution, ma'am was appointed as the honorary advisor to the Commonwealth of Learning and felicitated by Intel Tech for her engagement in ICT integration in teacher education, commended by UNRWA for drafting and implementing the education reform agenda. Currently, ma'am is engaged with Higher Education Council of States of UP, Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, etc., and 5 central universities as advisor QA and actively involved in NEP implementation. with this brief introduction, I welcome ma'am once again for the seminar and for this valedictory function. And thank you for accepting to be the guest of honor for today's session. Thank you, ma'am.
I call upon Dr. Rama Kondapalli garu to speak.
Thank you, Sudarshan Reddy garu. First of all, I wish all our colleagues back end in advance a happy Women's Day, which we'll be celebrating shortly on 8th. It is a good thing that I'm attending this conference of a women's college. Okay, so I can see a lot of successful women behind working on the screen. Congratulations to all of you. Congratulations to the team which has put in so much of hard work in bringing together such a relevant topic, especially when we are getting into NEP, and the focus of NEP is on research and development and holistic grooming of the students. That's a very important thing. I also support the men behind supporting this great institution. I can see Sudarshan Reddy garu, I know Gopal Reddy garu personally, I know Joseph Dorairas sir, all of whom I have great respect. Mutyam Reddy garu, Nimmadri garu, and all great men who has been a great support in the endeavor of these great women who has contributed to the success of this college over the past so many years. I feel little, I may not be very eligible to be guest of honor, but on request of Professor Gopal Reddy and Professor Sudarshan Reddy garu, I have been here.
Madam, sorry for the interruption. Your video is not on.
I have kept it off because the bandwidth keeps fluctuating if I put on my video. I can put it up, but if there are any issues, then I need to make some corrections.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Thank you.
Most of the topics have already been discussed. What I thought is, instead of just keeping on talking, I'll show you a few slides, very representative slides, and talk little on that and leave the slides for the imagination of the audience to pick up and construct their own thought process and make an ideation out of it. So I hope I'm permitted to share the screen. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am, you can.
I can, but okay. Okay, that's good. Share. Okay, fine. Okay. Hope you are all able to see the screen, yeah?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So, this is what the gist of NEP 2020 is. Now, rather, we should never call it an NEP 2020. We should say NEP implementation 2022 and beyond. So, research plays a very central role in the whole component. And, research is not to be taught in any institution. Research is an aptitude and attitude building component. It's only the skills. It's only the skills which you provide, and once you are can you mute the person who is speaking, because it's distracting the talk?
Yes, ma'am. Done that, ma'am. Sorry.
Done. Thank you so much. So, the two components, that is self-empowerment and autonomy, are very important. And it's the institution, the teachers and the students who should use these two components of NEP to build an Atmanirbhar Bharat, which comes only when a lot of research at the local society level and research which is relevant to the society and well-being of the humans do happen. So that is the, that is why I felt very highly interested on the topic. And I have seen that, the topics are so well slated in your, systematically slated in your agenda, and hope the eminent speakers have thrown a lot of light on this content of research and how you should do. And almost all these paper presenters might have shared their experiences, their ideas, their thought processes all through the day while they were, going through this 2-day conference. So I'll not talk on the nitty-gritties, but if you want to make, the society more vibrant, if you want to then quality higher education is important. And if you are going to provide quality higher education, lot of research inputs have to be dovetailed into the curriculum, into the pedagogical practices, teaching learning practices, and all these things, and even in infrastructure development, etc. So this I would like all of you to look at the topic with reference to the initiatives which you are going to take up with reference to NEP 2020. And it is the research which ignites the students, which motivates them because they can see some result and they can apply their knowledge and do something which is really, not just theoretical, not just reading book, not just gaining knowledge, but some sort of application. When you apply your knowledge and when you can see the result of that, and when you see, that is where experimentation becomes very exciting for children. So, that is the through research, students get this feel of the institution. They feel happy on the campuses. Why the most of the research-based campuses or big campuses where a lot of research is happening, if you see an analysis of your NIRF or other rankings, the student satisfaction rates or the students' happiness or comfort zones on the campus experiences of students is very high in research-intensive institutions, where research is the focus. And every student gets an opportunity to engage into some sort of research activity, small or big. Some sort of projects are done, some sort of activities going on in the institution, and not just sitting in the classrooms and looking at the boards and imagining what the teacher is telling, whether it goes out of their heads or into their heads. That's not what it is going to happen. And by engaging these students from day one into research, you will not only build an aptitude for research, you'll also help them to apply whatever knowledge they gain and empower them in by means of that. You empower them to build a bright future, not only for themselves, for also for the societies in which they are going to live. So this research is going to be important component on the institutional campuses. So there's a lot of opportunity for research. If you have gone through and studied the NEP strategy implementation document, there's a lot of opportunities for research. There's a lot of mandate and responsibility vested with institutions for doing research. Even those institutions which are just offering undergraduate courses. And also there's a lot of emphasis given in NEP on social sciences research, because it is felt that basic science research is not going to take this country anywhere. And it is the research in social sciences which should become an input to the research in science. That is the idea which went behind, and that is a fact. because the basic science research is not going to take us anywhere, because it's a repetition of an activity of research which has already been done elsewhere, and it is only application of that research hypothesis which you are testing in our own research labs, thereby wasting a lot of our resources. So it was felt that research which will contribute to the development of the society should gain more importance if we are going to take our country into a development mode. And use our resources appropriately. So there are a lot of opportunities we have talked of, and we have been we have given a lot of criticism, and we have talked a lot of NEP. But how do we now convert this opportunity of the reform agenda provided by NEP 2020 into an opportunity? How do you convert these challenges into an opportunity is what you now have to really think of. And that itself is going to be a research activity for your institutions. If you start thinking on that, especially, on NEP 2020, there are the three major issues which an institution should focus. That is the curriculum revision, bringing a lot of transformation into the curriculum revision, where skills and innovation are going to be the key punch words in the curriculum component, and self-learning and lifelong learning is going to be also there. So, it's not how the student learns which is going to matter, but the student's learning abilities, how the institution contributes to the student's learning abilities is what makes a difference in the new curriculum. So, and then while implementing the new curriculum, so there's a lot of understanding and training or orientation for teachers which is required. They also should become a learner, part of the learner, and it is learning together which should be the agenda in a teaching in any institution, and not a teaching and learning. It's learning together should be the focus area. And how do you make learning happen within the institution is very important. Then that is why, I talked, the next one is teacher development is very important, because we have to change the mindset, the attitude, and also build new abilities and new skills into our teachers as well, if they have to take ahead this new curriculum, new NEP reform, and also post-COVID developments, as your students are going to come on board, how a teacher transacts in the classroom is going to change drastically, and that is why teacher development gains very much prominence. And the today's topic of yours, research and innovation, that is going to gain the highest priority. Research doesn't mean only research in science and publications of patents, etc., but it goes beyond that. So how do you do this is what makes a difference. So institutional social responsibility plays a major role. So build a sort of document on what should be the social responsibility of the institution. Then then put those things into your research policy, research and innovation policy. Then you will be really contributing to research and innovation in the institutions. So, we have talked of this curriculum, the need for teacher changes in the teacher's attitude and teacher development issues, because there's going to be a lot of curriculum enrichment which has to happen within the institution. And while the teacher teaches, what type of curriculum enrichment has to happen depending on the cohorts of learners coming into the college is very important. I'll not talk much on this curriculum enrichment, but there are also a lot of value-added courses as enrichment programs teachers have to, the institution has to provide. And these courses are to be developed by your own teachers. And these courses can be offered across institution. So content development skills of the teacher and course development skills of the teacher, both online and offline, are to be provided to your teachers. So there are some sort of skill upgradation, skill enhancement, and new skills to be provided to your teachers. And you have to start thinking and looking towards in this direction. So it's very, very important how how our teachers are attuned towards the new reform agenda in education, and how success and its success depends on our teachers orienting themselves towards the new required skills and attitudes. Teaching, learning, evaluation is going to become very complicated, as shown in this diagram. Because it is more, teachers are going to be, everyday research activities have to be input, and they have to update themselves in many ways, and they have to use lot of technology into the processes, and they have to build a lot of new skills to the students, and they have to be a learner along with.
Rama ma'am, your slides are not moving, ma'am.
No, from my side it is moving.
But here we are not able to see.
Is it? Okay, let me see. Which is the slide you are able to see?
First
slide only.
First two slides only. So, shall I discontinue and share the slides again?
Ma'am, you just click on resume slideshow. It is showing on the top on your screen.
Wait. Resume slideshow. Your screen sharing is there. I'll stop sharing, and shall I again do it?
Yes, ma'am.
That okay. Shall I do that? Okay. Now you are okay? Now
Yes,
you are okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Which is the one you are seeing now? Value-added
slide.
Value-added courses. Okay, yes. Fine. So I'll not go back to the earlier slides, but I'll just continue with this. Okay, value-added courses. We have been here. So this is what I've been talking of: teaching, learning, and evaluation. It's going to be a more complex process, because teachers has to transform themselves drastically, and along with the students, they have to keep moving, developing new skills, and gaining new knowledge. So teachers have to become self learners, and keep updating their knowledge, and accordingly the new pedagogical practices should be brought. And there's going to be a lot of innovation which has to happen at the teaching level, at the classroom level, at the teacher level. So but it cannot be a static process as it used to happen earlier. So it has to be more dynamic, more connected type of activity in the classrooms. Okay, this is what is expected by a learner. So learner satisfaction is going to be more important if the teachers and the institutions have to be successful. The OBE framework talks of all this. If you can have a view of the OBE framework, that is the outcomes-based education framework, you see how the student becomes the center of this whole process, and students' learning becomes an important process. The ability of learning of the student is evaluated in the new evaluation process, and how do you do this is a challenge for the institution. So you have to start thinking in a differently. So research, innovation, and extension, because in the new curriculum framework which is being provided and which is being implemented by some of the states like Madhya Pradesh, which the first semester students have already giving their examination as per the new NEP 2020 curriculum framework. There are three components which are going to be imbibed included into the curriculum. One is the curricular component, which was always there. Then there is a co-curricular component and extracurricular component, and all the three components become an evaluative component for you. So how do you integrate these three, whereas when we are doing only on the curriculum component, our focus of our curriculum was the core content and core subject knowledge. But now you have to move into three different dimensions of your curriculum, that is curriculum, curricular, co-curricular, and extracurricular activities. How do you build and integrate this with each other? So make it more integrated approaches. How do you take again this research, innovation, and extension is going to activities are going to play major role in integrating and linking these three components of curriculum and putting them into an appropriate evaluation process. So you have to think differently on this component. For this, there is a lot of support which is coming from the central government. So you have to take this opportunity and use it for the maximum. Be the first runners, be the frontline advantage takers. Sorry. See what the National Research Foundation is giving. There's a lot of fund for outstanding peer-reviewed research, and to actively seed money for research in universities and colleges. So you have to be very active. You have to be rather proactive, and capture this occasion, this opportunity, and see how well you will flourish. So it's very important for you to be constantly looking for opportunities through these new bodies which are being formed, and through which the funding is going to flow into institutions, especially colleges. So be a front runner and take advantage of these new initiatives of the government, and try to see how much you can benefit from this. This will lead, this only will say your success story when I meet you next. So there is also a National Educational Technology Forum, NETF. It's a dedicated unit for building world-class digital infrastructure, educational content capacity. So you can, if you have any issues, the teachers can be learners, and they can get into this portal, take advantage by either borrowing or taking content of some course, or delivering some course through this content, or developing a content and posting your content onto this digital media so that others can use them. So this is a very encouraging thing, and you're going to get a lot of support in terms of course content and knowledge, and the pedagogical practices, delivery, etc. through this forum. So it's very important. Remind this, sir. Any problem? Hello?
No,
Hello?
sir. No, ma'am.
Okay. So it will help you in equitable use of technology. As you all know, 50% of your courses have to be, there will be a provision for 50% of your courses to be offered either through MOOCs or through online teaching platforms. And you also might have been aware that UGC has opened up for autonomous colleges to offer online programs. So, how do you take advantage of this? How do you, organize such new content delivery mechanisms in the institution? And how do you orient your teachers to adopt these new teaching tools is what the institutional leadership has to think of, and provide opportunities for your teachers for development. So this is very important, and if you do not do this, I think you will be at a great loss, and institution will have to suffer in terms of attracting students to their portals. So student progression and support and progression, you know how the whole framework of is changing. There is this academic bank of credits which have come into operation on 1 year of the celebration of NEP, the whole process is now changed. There is so you should review your processes so that course credit accumulation and credit transfers can take place from your institution to other institutions, and what are the type of collaborative structures you develop for such mechanisms is what again institutions have to really think of. So it's very, very important there. As I have said, curriculum, co-curriculum, and extracurricular, they all build into graduate attributes at the final end. So all these are going to be credit calculations are going to happen for qualifying for a particular degree or diploma. So how do you do this? How do you integrate them and bring them into one contribution as a holistic development of students is very important. If you have to do all this, governance, leadership, and management has to start re-engineering itself, reinventing itself. There's a lot of stress in NEP given in terms of for new ideation which went for governance and leadership, how institutional governance should be there, how institutions will be empowered to give degrees, what type of autonomy institutions should be having, and how the university should operate. There is a lot of changes on terms of governance, leadership, and management, which I think you should really look at it as well. So the focus of NEP, is rather threefold, I should say. Transforming the regulatory system of higher education, which is going to happen at the ministerial level. So you have to be aware with all these regulatory changes which are happening, and you have to take this opportunity for improving your institution and be very pro-change and be very alert. And you have to move ahead of the times and plan ahead of the times if you have to be successful and live in this ecosystem, new ecosystem. So for this, there is a lot of effective governance and leadership mechanisms which NEP focuses, and there is an increased focus on R&D. Okay, so this is very much relevant for you. And all these three, through all these three, what NEP expects is quality higher education, which will be excellence in teaching and learning, and accountability of the institution. Till now, we were not accountable for what we deliver on our campuses, not much. We either give to the regulatory bodies or to the university system becomes accountable because they issue the degrees. But now every single institution is going to, and every teacher in the institution is going to be made accountable for the program provisions which the institution is providing. So for this, the internal quality assurance system should be built. Till now, we are happy with what we are, we justify what we do, and we certify what we do is correct. Okay, and if there is any problem, we blame the regulatory body or universities, whatever it is. But now it becomes your responsibility. So a strong internal quality assurance system is a mandated requirement in the new reform process if you have to be successful. Okay, and you have to nurture quality together. That should be your agenda, not single institution or single person will be responsible. Your success depends how you collaborate with your colleagues, how you collaborate with other institutions, and ensure that the learner who comes onto your portal at the end of the day gets what he wants. So how he matures in the learning system is what is going to make a difference and in the quality provisions of your institution. So effort is important. So you have to put a lot of effort but knowing where to make an effort is what makes the difference. So you have to decide on your starting point. And I am sure, as I see from the conference, that you have taken a correct decision to start with research and development, which is the weakest link in the present system to the transforming to the next system. So finally, it's the attitude of the teachers and of the students and the institution in which you are, which makes the difference. So building the attitude is what is very important. And, I need not read out this slide, but it has to come from within. Then only there is a passion with which you work. And that is where, the quality reflections come out as vibes to the society. So that makes a difference. And, at the end, I will conclude with this slide, which is one of the favorite slide. And I normally start with this slide. Recently, most of you might have seen this slide on your WhatsApp messages. It is the mindset that separates the best from the rest. So with
slide is, Madam, slide is not visible.
Oh my God. What is the problem with your okay. It's unfortunate. So I'll get to my last slide. Yeah, it's visible?
It's clear. Yes, yes.
Yes. So it is the quality assurance systems which you build in your campuses, which makes a difference. And it is the mindset that separates the best from the rest. So given the resources, how confidently you can build and establish your own domain is that which makes a difference, and that which defines the success of the institution, and it is that which defines the quality of the institution. So with these few words, I conclude my presentation, and I thank all the organizers for giving me this opportunity to talk to this elite group of research aptitude, research interest, people with research interest. All the best to all of you, and I am sure you as a networked society of researchers will have a lot of sharing of experiences and build a research culture among the higher education institutions of this country and take this country to higher levels. Salute to all the teachers on board, and also salute to the women teachers who are the great entrepreneurs of this country. Thank you so much.
Thank you, madam. Thank you very much. I welcome Professor Mutyam Reddy Garu, who has just joined. Mutyam Reddy, sir. Hello. Mutyam Reddy Garu. Hello. Okay, I now call upon Dr. Lalita. Hello.
Hello.
Yevana matladtara?
Yeah, I just thank all of you, the SAT coordinator and the secretary and the college and the principal and all the teachers for the efforts they put in organizing this two-day national seminar, and also the chief guest of the inaugural function and keynote address, and also the chief guest of the valedictory function, and the Madam Rama Kondapalli. So I'm happy to see that all the stalwarts you could gather, invite on a topic of more sought after And these days, even till date, who have not come across about the innovation and research are now able to, are coming across, the debate on the topic. So, but however, I just want to share my opinion, but it requires its own support structure. And in most of the universities in the country, particularly in state universities, the support system, not only in universities and also in affiliated colleges, the support which requires the two topics, innovation and research, particularly the quality research, suffering heavily for want of the support structure, particularly the grants, research grants. Our industry is also is not interested in providing research grants to the universities and also the institutions, research institutions, and some colleges which are able to contribute some research to the nation. And also, you see, the universities and most of the universities, particularly, as I said, the state university, they are deserted. So, lack of quality teachers. So, in my own department, where I taught for years, 34 years, now we had 40 staff professors in the department. Today, it is just less than 10, and you can imagine. So this is the kind of environment, atmosphere, and we are talking about the innovations and also good research. So which is very much needed, this kind of support system, and we hope at least these discussions, the debate, the deliberations on the topic, at least take the input of the deliberations of this discussion, on the topics. See, reach to the governments and also the industry. So, at the helm of affairs, and provide some help to the institutions. So with this, I thank once again all the resource persons and all those who have participated and contributed papers and the organizers once again. So thank you very much for the opportunity given to me to share this some of my ideas. Thank you very much, Sudarshan Reddy sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. I now call upon Dr. Lalita Pravina of Department of Business Management to introduce the chief guest.
Thank you, sir. I, Dr. Lalita Pravina, Assistant Professor in the Department of Business Management and member IQSC, I am profusely overjoyed to take the opportunity to introduce the most accomplished academician to the audience today, Professor G. Gopal Reddy Garu, presently the Pro Vice Chancellor, Mahatma Gandhi Central University, Bihar. Sir is a member, Executive Committee, Makai, Ministry of Culture, Government of India, Kolkata, from 2018 till 23. Sir is also a member of Advisory Committee, ICSSR, Southern Region, from 2018 till 23. Some of the prominent positions held by Sir. Sir was Principal, University Postgraduate College, Usmania University. Sir was a member, University Grants Commission from 2017 till 20. Sir was a Senior Research Fellow from ICSSR in the year 19 and 20. Sir was also Dean, Faculty of Arts and Social Sciences, Palamuru University, between the years 12 and 15. He is a member, Executive Council, International Political Science Association, Canada. Sir is a member, Board of Governance, Research Committee on Asian Pacific Studies, International Political Science Association. Sir was President, Indian Political Science Association from 2013 till 15. We welcome you, sir. Over to you, sir. Thank you so much.
Namaskar to everyone. Is I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Namaskar to everyone.
Namaste.
Namaste, Mutyaredi garu.
Namaste. Welcome, sir.
Good evening to everyone. Valedictory function, after serious deliberations of 2 days in various sessions, listening to the various speakers, it's almost the audience might have lost the patience to sit for another 10 to 15 minutes. I will not take much of your time. I congratulate the management, staff and students, principal of the Rajabahadur Venkatrama Reddy Women's College for getting an opportunity by the prestigious organization NAC to organize a 2-day seminar on the promoting quality research and innovation in higher education institutions. And really, you are fortunate you got an opportunity to organize this program. And the institution, which was established long ago, oldest women's institution in the country, where the first Prime Minister and also Mrs. Indira Gandhi, next Prime Minister and President of India, many prominent personalities visited this prestigious college. And unfortunately, because of the system, the government of various state governments withdrawing the funding to the unaided colleges, the institution is struggling. I hope in the coming days, the institution will again regain the past glory because the various measures taken up by the government of India and through the National Education Policy, NEP 2020, many aspects of NEP 2020 were discussed by our main speaker, Dr. Rama Kondapalli. Just now, she touched upon the various aspects. Today, I am really happy to associate myself with Dr. Rama Kondapalli, who is a senior advisor in the academic institutions who work for more than 3 decades in the higher education institution in the country, and also senior most advisor for NAC. And she is available in Hyderabad. I hope the entire Telangana will get an opportunity to interact with her and take the inputs from Dr. Rama Kondapalli so that the academic institutions in Telangana and elsewhere in India also will flourish. Because we have seen, I got an opportunity to go around the entire country to see the institutions, how they are functioning, how they are flourishing, and what is their infrastructure and all other things. Only thing is, we are not in a position to utilize them in a proper way. That is a major concern. The channelizing them in the right direction is not there. Guidance is not there. Serious thought is not there. That is how we are suffering in the education institution. We always look for somebody. Somebody is going to help us, which is a very bad thing. I hope that is the reason Dr. Rama Kondapalli will be more and more useful in this prestigious college. I hope the management will take care of this particular aspect and be in touch with the Dr. Rama Kondapalli. Since she is staying in Hyderabad city, I think this women's college, Rajabahadur Venkatrama Reddy Women's College, needs deep insights into the experienced persons, support to this particular institution to once again to flourish like the flower. So that's what I wanted to say. Friends, it seems you have discussed many issues since last 2 days. But by going through the program sheet of yesterday's and today's, I am in a dilemma whether this Rajabahadur Venkatrama Reddy Women's College is a general women's college or an engineering college. That's what I am thinking. Because all the speakers, most of the speakers, they are all from engineering side. And why they have invited, I don't know. But I'm not criticizing them. you should have invited social science background teachers also for presenting some important items in the seminar itself. Whatever it is, you have invited the people and you are planning to go for the publication of the paper presented in the seminar. That is what is the need of the hour. What happens in the seminars is generally inauguration will take place and paper presentations will take place, and later on valedictory is there and everybody forgets about the seminar. One thing I learned from the Professor Sudarshan Reddy Garu, that he said we are going to publish the 2 days proceedings and we wanted to bring it in the form of the book. That is a very good idea. I think by bringing all the papers presented in the papers, finally edited by the authors, if you bring them into the form of the book, that will be helpful to the students, helpful to the researchers, helpful to the academia throughout the country. That is what I feel. Why? Because these seminar proceeds, seminar discussions, wherever it helps. If they are not available to the speakers elsewhere, and you cannot, they cannot get the fruits, because NAC has given you an opportunity to organize the program. When they have given an opportunity to organize the program, the fruits of the program should reach all the people, those who are in the academic fraternity, whether it is the students or the research scholars or the teachers. This can happen only through the publication of the proceedings after properly editing by the paper writers or the authors of the papers. That's what I feel. And the purpose of the NAC, we know they have completed just 27 years. Recently, in the month of January, they have completed 27 years. And NAC is continuously putting efforts to attract the institutions to come forward to become the NAC accredited institutions. Unfortunately, in this country, out of the 50,000 plus colleges, so far only 11,000 plus colleges are in the fold of the NAC accredited institutions. This is really an unfortunate thing. And whoever got an opportunity to become the NAC accredited institution, they should feel proud of it. Many institutions are not coming forward. If we go to the NAC, we may not get the good ranking, and that will reflect our image and impression. That is the reason they are not going. And another reason the people are expressing is that we don't have the proper infrastructure to go to the NAC. This is not the solution for it. And to meet the international challenges, it is a mandatory NAC, which was established in the 27 years back. It was a voluntary one. Now it has become a mandatory one. The institutions which have gone for the NAC accreditation, they should see to it that always try to get a good ranking in the NAC. I have given an example of the institution to Professor Sudarshan Reddy Garu. I think you are inviting the principal of that college, which is situated in Tiruchinappalli, Kaveri College of Women's. Dr. Sujata Madam is available to you always, and she is suggesting that college is day by day increasing, getting the good ranking. And there is a small town. Hyderabad is a very big town. The Tiruchinappalli is a small. I had been to that college. 5,000 girl students are there in that college.
Yes, yes.
Imagine. NAC grading is there. Each cycle they are upgrading it. That should be the spirit of the teachers and management to who are working for the institution. That is what I feel. And we always think of somebody is going to help us, somebody is not doing. That is the reason we are not up to the level. All these things we have to forget. My dear friends, this being the autonomous college, and Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan in the year 1947 itself advised that India should have a 50 autonomous colleges in this country. Unfortunately, government didn't come forward to implement that scheme. At least 1986, National College and Education recommended again, and our college is one of the autonomous colleges in the country. And just think of it: out of the 53,000 colleges in the country, not more than 900 colleges are in this particular fold. And the faculty, the students, management should feel proud of it that, and we are an autonomous college, and we should excel, and we should become the model to the other education institutions in and around the Hyderabad city, or in Telangana at least, Hyderabad and Telangana, so that they take the inspiration from this particular college. That is what the Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan felt. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. I hope University Grants Commission is granting complete freedom to the autonomous colleges, and also to the, as Rama Madam mentioned just now, offering online courses for the distance through the distance education scheme. That is definitely going to help, because all the private education institutions in this country is suffering for the sufficient funding from the various organizations. At least by organizing, giving and getting an opportunity to organize the program through the distance education, and I hope definitely the college will get some funding, some financial support, and you can strengthen your research organization and strengthen the faculty, so that the NEP 2020 also clearly says that this is a student-centric policy, and also teachers have to play an important role. 16 lakh teachers who are associated with the higher education institutions in this country, they have to play an important role. An important role by updating their knowledge every year, that is a mandatory one. And updating knowledge definitely will help the institutions to improve the image of the institution and attract the more and more students to your institution. Just think of the various private institutions in this country, how they are excelling. Unfortunately, government-funded universities are not in a position to top the list, whether it is world ranking system or national level ranking system. They are not in a position to compete, because the funding has become a very, very important aspect, and also faculty is another important aspect in the, especially the central government institutions and also the state government institutions. State government established universities are suffering a lot, and they do not have the funding, and they do not have major contributed to the higher education system, that is the faculty. All the state universities are suffering. I hope that is not the problem with the Reddy Women's College, which is an autonomous one, which is a private institution. You have to engage the sufficient faculty and see to it that teachers are oriented properly, and they should be encouraged to involve in the research activities and also update their skills. And another important thing which came to my mind is when I have visited the various institutions with the central universities and state universities, and state university system, lot of feeding goes into the minds of the students. Whereas in central universities and the central institutions, student asked to work. The classroom lecture 50 minutes or 45 minutes or 1 hour, you go on lecturing him without knowing the mind of the student. That is what it is happening in the institution. That is a very, very bad thing. I hope in the coming days, all the teachers should realize that the class should be a interactive class. Students should respond, students should react, students should question the teacher. Otherwise, if go on monologically giving lecture, and student will feel what is there, and the teacher is taking information from so and so source and teaching us. And when information is available elsewhere also apart from the books, why the student should come to the class, that is an important aspect. When your teaching method is not an innovative one, an informative one, more and more knowledge, more and more important aspect, important inputs giving one, they won't come to your class. That is the reason innovation in teaching is very, very important. I hope those who are participating in this particular one, you have to change your teaching perception and make it an innovative one and make it an interactive one, so that the student will participate in the classroom and interact with the teacher, interact with other students and learn more and more. His mind will become sharpened. Otherwise, if you go on lecturing him continuously, listens and goes, and what is there he says. And sometimes I know the information that the students will send within the classroom, when this class will go over, the lecture is boring, I'm not interested to listen, all these things, because technology is with all the students, it is accessible to the students. Everyone is having the cell phone and all other things. That is the reason they are sending such type of the messages. My dear friends, this is seminar, innovation and research related seminar. Many papers have been presented, and the participants might have experienced very good exposure. That is the reason the research, what we are thinking, quality and research should be a continuous one, and raising the standards and also meet the international challenges. That is what I feel the research should be. And teaching should be innovative one, and informative one, and knowledgeable one, so that the students, you can attract the students. And ultimately, one thing we have to think as a teacher, and India was a great country which has imparted education to the world. Think of the Nalanda, Takshashila, Ujjain, Vikramshila, all these universities were established long before even the Europeans and Americans thought of establishing the education institutions. Why the foreign students used to come this country? Because we used to give them a very serious education in this country. That is the reason they came here. And ultimately we lost it because of the various invasions, and all the education institutions were lost. And with the advent of the Britishers, the entire education scheme is lost. Always we think in terms of the Western concepts, the Western notions. Is it there in the America? Is it there in the Europe? That is what we are thinking. My dear friends, we have the Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi's. His intentions are clear. And after the adopting the National Education Policy on 29th July 2020, on 8th August itself, he addressed the nation through the online mode. He said, I am with the National Education Policy in toto, whatever you want, I am willing to give. Only thing is, you have to involve yourself, immerse yourself in the scheme of education, and we have to once again attract the students from various parts of the world, and so that we become the Vishwaguru once again. Unfortunately, you might have gone through the National Education Policy document. Just go through it. And only 1% of the students, those who are going abroad from various countries, are visiting India to pursue the higher education. That is the level of the quality which we are importing in this country. Just take the Ukraine. Why so many students are going to that particular country, and we are not in a position to provide the infrastructure in this country, institutions in this country, and quality education in this country. And that is what we have to think in terms of it, and provide the quality education. And Honorable Prime Minister is with us, and on several occasions he met the Vice Chancellors, and even Honorable President of India also addressed the nation for the making our education system a vibrant education system, and we should become the part and parcel of that particular vibrant education system. I hope in the coming days, definitely Government of India will support you, and National Research Foundation is going to be established under the scheme of NEP 2020. Definitely research funding also will be there for the more and more institutions. Apart from that, Professor Mutyam Reddy garu mentioning, and we should become a relevant to the society so that we can attract the funding from the various industries. That is what we have to think. Another important thing is you make the Alumni Association more and more strong and serious one, so that the alumni will definitely help you, not in terms of funding only, in various terms they definitely help the institution. I have the very good example of Usmania University Technology College. They have spent 3 crores to renovate the entire college laboratories and equip the library. That is what is happening. It is going on. Our college students, alumni students may not be that rich, but definitely they will be helpful to the institution. NAC, you all know, when we are going for the NAC, where is your alumni, what they are doing, what type of the activities they are involved, what is their contribution, how they are settled in the life. All these things are coming before when the NAC is coming. So be in touch with your alumni students and make the events regularly, year-wise and annual events with the Alumni Student Association, so that the college will get more and more benefits because of their connections and all other things. So research and innovation both are discussed in the last 2 days, and we have the new team at the NAC also. NAC chairman Bhushan Patwardhanji took over 2 days back. Through this platform, I congratulate him. I hope in the coming next 3 years, under his leadership, NAC will flourish. And also, we have a new chairman who belongs to this particular state. I congratulate him. for taking over as the chairman of the University Grants Commission. Under his leadership, he's a very serious academician, and he talks less and works more. And under him, the HEC is going to come up, and he will be there at the helm of the affairs. Definitely, I hope the entire nation will get benefited. Telangana will may get more benefits from his presence at the helm of the affairs at the national level, at the UGC presently, and later on either Higher Education Commission of India. I hope he will be there. My friends, my only thing is we have to ensure quality in higher education. The most important things we can do for the future generation by giving the higher education imparting quality higher education to the future generation, and we can do a lot. And once again, make this great nation as a Vishwaguru and attract the more and more students and send our students to the various parts of the world as the lighting lamps for the entire world. That is what I am dreaming. And definitely the Rajabahadur Venkatrama Reddy College once again will flourish like any other thing, and who are imparting the education to the women folk of this Telangana state. And I congratulate the organizers, management people, principal, staff, and students for organizing such a program. I hope in the coming days, you will get more and more opportunities from NAC as well as UGC, ICSSR, and also many other funding agencies to organize many more programs. My request to you, all of you, is that whenever you organize a program, put it on record and make the publications known to the public, though, so that the record will be there with you. Whenever the expert committees comes to you, whether it is NAC or UGC, whatever it is, your work will be there. And many times when university UGC team visits and NAC teams visit, we prepare the reports then and there, and those are identified by the team experts, just prepared documents. I request all of you and publish the proceedings of this particular seminar and organize many more seminars, apply for the ICSSR and other organizations and get funding, and be an active participant in the academic field. Thank you one and all for giving me an opportunity. Congratulations to all of
you. Thank you, Professor Gopal Reddy Garu, for the insights you have given regarding higher education, the role of NAC, and what kind of role the national education policy, the new education policy is going to play, and what kind of changes are in the offing in the context of the introduction of new education policy, and the role of autonomous colleges like us. And we will definitely take your advice and the inputs given by you, and move forward by introducing maybe number of new courses and maybe new changes, so on and so forth. So once again, thank you very much for being with us this afternoon for this as chief guest for this concluding function. I now call upon Sai Ambika to take over briefly for the best presentation announcements. Sai Ambika.
Thank you, sir. I, Sai Ambika, Faculty, Department of Commerce, and member of IQAC, would like to take this opportunity to announce best presentation winners. The winners will be receiving a cash prize and a merit certificates. Best presentation first prize winner goes to paper ID RBVR paper title The Indian and Western Perspective to the Philosophical and Moral Underpinnings of Ethical Research by Mr. Nanduri Rajagopal, CUHP Dharmashala. Congratulations, sir. Best presentation NS082 paper title Innovation Ecosystem at Sanatan Dharma College, Haryana by Dr. Rajendra Singh and Mr. Chavi Kiran, Sanatan Dharma College, Haryana. Congratulations to the team. Best presentation paper ID RBVRRNS 063 with paper title Role of Research in Nation Building by KVM Udayalakshmi V. Apurva and D. Diksha Reddy, St. Paul's Degree and PG College for Women. Congratulations to the team. We are happy to announce consolation prizes as we have received huge response from the participants. Consolation prize for best presentation goes to paper ID RBVRRNS 018 with paper title on Understanding the Process of Higher Education. Innovation is a New Research Field by Mr. Nilesh V. Jhangare Shri Yashantara Patil Science College, Solampur. Congratulations, sir. Paper ID RBVRRNS 021 with paper title on High-Tech Analysis of Research and Modernization by K. Kalayarasi and V. Sivagama Sundari Kaveri College for Women Autonomous Tiruchirappalli. Congratulations to the team. Paper ID RBVRRNS 026 with paper title on Personal Learning Management System with the Artificial Intelligence Technologies by G. Ramachandran and S. Kannan, Vinayaka Missions, Kirupananda Vidya Research Foundation, so Salem, Tamil Nadu. Congratulations to all the winners.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Emma, finished?
Sir, please announce the appreciation certificates to the chairpersons, sir.
Good evening to everyone. It's a great privilege for me to present this certificate of appreciation to our persons for this technical session. So I just request Anupama Madam to present the appreciation certificates to our chair set.
The certificate of Professor A. Renuka Sagar, Director, Department of Business Management, RBVRR Men's College, Hyderabad, chaired the track 1. Thank you, Renuka. Next, Dr. C. Kavita, Associate Professor, Department of Business Management, RBVRR Men's College, Hyderabad. She has chaired track 4. Thank you, Kavita. Dr. R. Bindu, Associate Professor, Department of Business Management, RBVRR Women's College, Hyderabad. She has shared track 3. Thank you, Bindu. Dr. P. Vijaya, Assistant Professor, Department of Business Management, RBVRR Women's College, Hyderabad. She has shared track 2. Thank you, Vijaya. Track Dr. V. Jeevan Jyoti, Head Department of Chemistry and Forensic Science. Jeevan Jyoti has shared track 5. Thank you, Jeevan Jyoti. Dr. A.C.H. Pradyuta, Head Department of Zoology and Microbiology. She has shared track 6. Thank you, Pradyuta. Dr. P. Shakuntala, Head Department of Physics and Electronics. She has chaired track 7. Thank you, Shakuntala. Thank you all the chairpersons. Thank you one and all.
Dear participants, anyone from the meeting can please give a feedback. Please unmute yourself and please give a feedback on this 2-day national seminar. Dear participants, anyone from the group, please unmute yourself and give a feedback on this 2-day national seminar.
Hello, good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
I'm from St. Pius College, Dr. Sangeeta Lakshmi, and it was very, very wonderful program, madam. And speakers were very excellent. And you have encouraged all the students and faculty so nicely and well organized program, madam. It's a very nice session. These 2 days went on very well. Thank you.
Ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I'm from St. Paul's College. I'm Dr. Sudha. Yeah, I would like to share my views. So first of all, I would like to thank and congratulate the convener of the seminar, Dr. B. Anupama and her team for organizing highly informative NAC-sponsored seminar. Right from brochure release to valedictory session, every event was meticulously planned and executed. Apart from this, I am very much thankful to the organizers for choosing the contemporary topics related to research and innovation in higher education institutions. I express deep sense of gratitude for the speakers of the seminar for a very comprehensive and enlightening lectures presented in a way even without prior knowledge can understand by anyone. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. We all look for such seminars in future. Once again, I thank the organizers for the wonderful seminar.
Good evening, ma'am. Good evening, all the head persons, the chairman, the principal, ma'am, and all the lecturers here. I'm Monica Karnati from RBBRR Women's College, pursuing MSc Computer Science. It was really a wonderful session. Like participating in this session was really very good, and we are not much aware as a students. We are not much aware of the research and all, but through the presentations and through the guest lectures that we had these 2 days, have gave us so much of information and knowledge how to step into the research way, and we also learned that what are the ethics that we need to follow in order to go through the research and all. It was really a very nice session, ma'am, and I really wanted to thank all the lecturers of our college, and especially Salma ma'am, because of you we have participated in this, presented the paper in this. You have helped us a lot, ma'am. Thank you so much, and thank you so much one and all for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, Monica. Any other participants, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. I'm Chavi Kiran from Sanatan Dharm College, Ambala, Kant, Haryana. Am I clearly audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. First of all, thank you so much to the organizing team for giving this opportunity, and I'm really glad. And when we talk about the different aspects relating to the quality education, we've had a lot of insights in the past 2 days regarding different aspects and different concerns. And it has been a very good experience, and I hope to be a part of such sessions even in near future. Thank you so much.
Ma'am, this is Lalita from St. Paul's 10 Degree and PG College from Oman. We thank the convener, Dr. Anupama ma'am, and all the my department of chemistry, and all the lecturers who have encouraged us to take part in this particular seminar. This seminar was really helping us a lot to think about what is happening all over the world. And the interactive sessions helped us to think in a large scale and put our mind in different aspects so that we can gain more and more knowledge. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for organizing such seminars. Hopefully, we would we want to participate in such seminars in future also. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you a lot.
Thank you, ma'am. And any other participants?
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. I'm Sivagama Sundari from Kaveri College for Women, Trichy. So, yes, ma'am, I'm very glad to be here in this session, part of the session, because we don't have any aware about the research, especially about the innovation research. So this session is most useful for us to know about the innovation research. So here we're getting more and more ideas. Here we're getting more and more communication ideas, like how to start up our new ideas, how to innovate our innovation. So this is really an important and innovative session to gain our knowledge. Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity, and thank you all for the great sessions, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Any more participants want to give a feedback?
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. Myself, Y. Vaishnavi from RBVRR Women's College, pursuing BSc MScs final year, ma'am. I'm very happy to be in this session, ma'am. This was really a great session, ma'am. It may help us in further. And thank you all the lecturers and the guest lecturers for giving such a beautiful presentations for us. And thank you all, ma'am.
Thank you, Vaishnavi. Anybody else would like to give a feedback?
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, ma'am.
Good evening.
Myself, Supriya, ma'am, pursuing MSc Chemistry, second year. Thank you, ma'am, for arranging such a beautiful and wonderful session. It was really very useful for us, and it is very informative session. And the lectures and guest lectures were also very useful for us, and the presentations presented by our lecturers were really informative, and it for sure these lectures will be useful for us in future. They have given us idea about research and many more ideas about research field, and informative session, ma'am. It's really informative session. Thank you, ma'am, for arranging such a such lecture, ma'am, such a session. Thank you, ma'am.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir, you're audible, sir.
Yeah, it's over. Sayambika. Lalita Pravina. Hello.
Anupama.
Hello. Salma. Hello.
You're audible, sir.
Who is speaking?
Hello, sir.
Salma.
Sir.
It's time for vote of thanks. Feedback is over. Hello.
Sir, network issue, sir.
Acha. Feedback session continue avutunda.
Any more?
Hello.
Sir, good evening, sir. This is Dr. Jeevan Jyoti. Can I speak for a minute, sir?
Yeah, please.
Firstly, I would like to congratulate our IQAC coordinator, Dr. B. Anupama Madam, and her team for organizing this NAC-sponsored two-day national seminar. And also, I would like to thank our college management, especially Professor Sudarshan Reddy, sir, and our beloved Principal Madam for encouraging IQAC to initiate such programs. Really, all the 6 technical sessions were highly informative for both students as well as for teachers. So thank you once again, sir.
I request participants to respond. Please, we need your feedback.
Good evening, everyone.
Manjesh.
Am I audible? Hello.
Hello.
Sir, I'm audible?
Sir.
Feedback continue avutunda?
Yes, sir. Sir, am I audible?
Yeah.
Hello.
Okay, sir. Sir, I think there's some network issue from their end. So on behalf of RBVRR Women's College and IQAC, I take the opportunity to propose vote of thanks. So first and foremost, I thank Professor G. Gopal Reddy Garu, Pro Vice Chancellor from the Mahatma Gandhi Central University, Bihar, and Madam Rama Kondapalli for being consenting to be the chief guest and guest of honor for today's session. I also take this opportunity to thank all the delegates and all the paper presenters who have taken part across the country and actively participated in this two-day NAC-sponsored national seminar on promoting quality research and innovation in higher educational institution. I take this opportunity to thank the participants, delegates from other institutions, associate professors, principals, research scholars who have actively taken part and made this event a grand success. I also thank our Mutyam Reddy sir, Secretary Hyderabad Mahila Vidya Sangam, for being a part of this session today. I thank Professor Sudarshan Reddy Garu, Secretary cum Correspondent, RBVRR Women's College, for his constant support throughout the conduct of the program. I thank our principal, Dr. Achita Devi Madam, for her inputs, for her constant guidance and support, without whom this program wouldn't have been what it is today. I thank the convener of the program, Dr. Anupama, IQAC coordinator, whose meticulous planning is the result of the successful conduct of the event of this two-day national seminar. I thank all the participants. I thank all the faculty members of Reddy Women's College. I thank the other management members who have provided their constant support and guidance. I thank the other support team who have provided their support in the conduct of this event so successfully. Once again, I thank all the participants, all the chairpersons, all the paper presenters, faculty across the country and within the college. Thank you all so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, one and all. Thank you.
Thank you, Gopal. Thank you very much. Thank you, Rama Madam.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you and namaste, Gopal Reddy sir, Rama Madam.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, madam.
Madam Principal Garu, congratulations. Achita Devi Garu, congratulations for a wonderful conference, seminar.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thank you, one and all. Rama Madam, thank you very much.
No thanks, sir. You have given me this opportunity.
No, we'll meet once again very soon. I hope
Sir,
this institution definitely needs your inputs and support.
Sure,
Yes,
sir.
sir. We'll be in touch with you,
I'm
madam.
requesting the correspondent, secretary cum correspondent to take
Sir.
the help and
Sure,
support of Rama madam.
Sure, sir.
Sure.
Sir, Gopal Reddy sir, మీరు ఇప్పుడు ఎక్కడ గయానా మీది ఆఫీస్?
మోతిహారి.
మోతిహారి అంటే ఎక్కడ?
పాట్నా నుంచి 165 kilometers towards Nepal.
అవునా?
Nepal is just 50 kilometers away from Motihari.
నేను ఇప్పుడు సెంట్రల్ యూనివర్సిటీ, సౌత్ బీహార్ సెంట్రల్ యూనివర్సిటీ ఎక్కడుంది?
అది గయాలో ఉంది అది.
అక్కడికి వస్తున్నా.
ఎప్పుడు?
14th and 15th.
అది డైరెక్షన్ పాట్నా ఇస్ డిఫరెంట్ మేడం అది.
నేను డైరెక్ట్ ఐఎమ్ గోయింగ్ టు గయా.
ఓకే, బట్ పాట్నా నుంచి అది డిఫరెంట్ డైరెక్షన్ లో ఉంటుంది.
ఓకే.
దట్ ఈస్ నియర్ టు నవనలంద అండ్ నలంద, రాజగిరి.
ఐ గాట్ ఎ డౌట్. ఒకసారి మరి డౌట్ వచ్చింది, మీరు అక్కడ ఉన్నారా ఏంటి మరి మాట్లాడలేదు అని.
25 kilometers ఉంటుంది గయా నుంచి నవనలంద అండ్ రాజగిరి, నలంద. Navanalanda is a deemed to be university. Nalanda is a university.